And welcome back to part 7 of What Gaara Was Raised in Leaf. Last time on the Naruto What If, we had the Chunin exams happen. Jiraiya didn't actually train Gaara, but he did help Gaara with the seal on him. Now, as someone brought up, if the Shikaku had been, if they had just removed parts of the seal, Shikaku would have been released, Gaara would have died. That's why, and I had to mention it in the when they made that comment that I mentioned. The way you would probably have to go about doing that is that you would have to start adding parts to the seal first to keep the seal intact as you're taking away some of the bad parts of the seal, try to make a more stable seal. So that was that. That was fully addressed. Now, Sasuke. I got brought up by one of my viewers, Sasuke. That said, I don't think you realize how pissed off Sasuke would really be. We haven't actually seen Sasuke since he lost, so hold. I haven't gotten to that part yet. And finally, the whole notion of Shikaku being used in a similar fashion to the way Sanabi was going to be used, or the Sanabi, or the Three Tails, was going to be used with Rin, where they could just literally activate the seal and basically drop essentially a sentient nuke on the village. And the argument against that was that was not the type of seal Gaara had. And yes, that's true to the best of our knowledge. That's not the type of seal he had. But to be fair, we don't actually know what type of seal he had. We just know it was good enough to keep the Shikaku in there, but the Shikaku keep the Shikaku more or less bound to Gaara. But Shikaku could break out really given enough without too much difficulty, given Gaara's mental state and all that. It was not a very well put together seal, is the general gist here. So this is, as I said, where we can go a little fanficky here and just assume that maybe this was a built-in plus of the seal, that we could just release Shikaku whenever we want. Now, like I said, also they didn't do that when Gaara was initially sent to the Leaf, because the third was there, and at the third, this wouldn't be this wouldn't be very long after the Kyuubi attack. If the third can hold off the Nine Tails, there's a good chance the third could beat the Shikaku. So they were hoping that Gaara would be treated terribly, courtesy of like Danzo spraying the information and whatnot, so forth and so on. They were banking on that, and then ultimately using him as like a sleeper agent. That didn't work out, and now with Jiraiya restructuring the seal, that's not going to work this time around. So when the seal was activated, Gaara more or less just kind of got like a headache. It's like the seal's not working. Now, what's going on here? And the invasion kind of commences. Now, with the invasion commencing, what's going on here? Well, obviously the third gets separated, caught by Orochimaru, and separated from the rest of the village. The Sand and the Sound are attacking, and the Sound siblings come down and meet Shira. Our Sand siblings and Shira kind of try to hightail it out of there. Gaara sees what's going on. It's like, what? No, it's Temari Kankuro. Where are you going? Why? And he follows after him. Naruto, who probably has been woken up from the Genjutsu by Sakura, is also told to follow them. By who? Well, guess who decided to show up earlier? Because A, he still has a student in the freaking exam, so he still should show up. Kakashi. Kakashi did show up kind of near the tail end of the Gaara fight. He shows up earlier here because him and Sasuke really aren't training all that much. Sasuke, by the by, is not in a happy state. Like, he is not happy. And he hears Naruto beat Shira in a fight. It's like, that's neither here nor there, Sasuke. And he's just looking at Naruto, just jealous. Like, Gaara, you could maybe understand him beating him, but Naruto? What the hell? Now, I did mention that Sasuke probably shouldn't be learning the Chidori here, but I also mentioned you could make the argument that he still is, based on the idea that Orochimaru's after him. You got to give him every kind of ability you can, like try to help him out here. What I ultimately decided on is that he only started learning the Chidori, maybe near the tail end before he ultimately went over to see the fights. That's what I decided on. He'll have the Chidori before he leaves the village. And yes, he's definitely leaving the village in this one. But or at least attempting to. We'll see if he makes it or not. I haven't gotten to that episode yet. That'll actually probably be, would that be next episode? Probably would be either next episode. Yeah, probably next episode, because next episode we're going to lean more into the Tsunade 3-day deadlock and then Sasuke retrieval. Regardless, Sasuke falls after Gaara because he also wants another shot at Shira. It's not Shinra, it's Shira. And Naruto and Sakura are also told to follow after him. It's like, right, and they go after him. Now, everything in the stadium goes the same. That's not what we're really focusing on here. What's focusing on here is Gaara tailing after his siblings and Shira. It's like, Kagero, Temari, what's going on? Why are you running? What's happening? Gaara, you don't need to be a part of this, okay? Just Shira basically just shut up. Now Shira, because he's a fictional character, even within the fictional series, he's a fictional character. He's a filler character. I can play around with his personality a bit. You can kind of go a little past of what he was in the original. Here we can make him a bit more of like a loyalist. And so one of the things that the Kazekage entrusted him with was the seal to release Shikaku. And basically they're hightailing out of there as best they can. But Shira's like, very well. It's like, there he is. And he just makes the seal again. Gaara's like, ugh! And then Shira comes in, punches him back, because Shira can't bypass his sand shield. That's very important in this scenario. He can actually straight up beat Gaara in a fight. It's like, why are you all doing this? And Temari and Kankuro can't really look at their brother. They've seen that this is their brother. This is the brother they wanted to have. But their dad wouldn't let it happen. And it is... excuse me. Oh, man. Yawning. Can't stop that. Can't stop the yawning. I need to eat and drink something. I think it is. I think I'm just a little like low blood sugar kind of thing. But they're just looking at us like they can't look at us like, why can't you look at? They can't look at you because you're a monster, Gaara. You're all you've ever been is a weapon for the village's purposes, and yet you had to go and change that purpose. What do you mean change that? I didn't do anything. My father tried to use me. I'd say, use it. Your father tried to make you what you were. He tried to use you for the purpose that you were born for. But you failed. You found friends. You found stability. That wasn't what your father sent you here for. Your father sent you here for you to suffer, for you to become the perfect weapon for the sand. But if you can't willingly be that, we're just going to have to force that happen. That's right. The Kazekage, your father trusted me, the real loyal messenger of the leaf, with the seal to release the Shikaku. But what I can't understand is why it's taking so long. Because it's not the same seal anymore. I had Master Jiraiya alter the seal for me during the Chunin exams. It's not going to be. It's not the same seal as it was before. Still, no, and he just looks at him. Yeah. Still, there's still enough of the remaining seal, the original seal there for this to cause you some pain, doesn't it? Let me out. I can help you. I can take these guys down for you. No, I won't let you hurt my brother and sister. What about the other guy? Come on! I promise I won't hurt them. Just everyone else is trying to kill you. Come on, kid. Let me out! And Fari Temari, stop it, Shira, just stop it. He's just a kid. It's like, and are you going against your father, Lord Kazekage, also? Yeah. And just glares at her. Because honestly, if he can beat Gaara in a fight, he could take them easy. And he's recovered from Naruto relatively. I mean, he's still probably a little worn out, but he's recovered enough that he could take these guys without too much difficulty. Stay out of my way before I kill you. Now, he's less more like, I'll kill you. It's more like a guy doing a job, like a cold assassin. Like, I'll kill you. Fine, Gaara. If you will not be the willing weapon, I'll just have to knock you out and take you back to the sand myself. And he just comes in, just starts beating God. My sand can't keep up with him. How fast is he? Now then, all you have to do is, if your seal isn't improved as you say, knocking you out won't release the Shikaku, will it? So time for you to come back home, Gara. And then all of a sudden he just senses, and he has to block a roundhouse kick from Sasuke. Sasuke Uchiha. I was wondering if I'd actually get a chance to fight you again. When we fought, you weren't at your best, but now, now he just kind of like releases his breath. Stop. Now I can actually fight you for real. And like this won't be like last time. Activates his Sharingan. I'm like, if that dweeb can, I'm more than strong enough to take you on now. And he has improved since then. Like I said, Kakashi's probably been training him for the Chidori, but he hasn't been rushing the training as he did originally. So Sasuke's more or less has been building up the speed over the course of the month. And maybe started learning the hand signs. They can't actually do it yet. So he rushes in, and he notices like he is faster. And they start duking it out. Sasuke, though, isn't taking his eyes off him, though. He's now like really focusing on predicting where he's going to come from. It's like you can't win. My silent fist style is completely unmatched and unpredictable. Even Gar's shield wasn't able to predict it. Sasuke, be careful. Stand back, Gar. I got this. Fire style, fireball jutsu. You're really afraid he just rushes through it. You're really gonna have to try harder than that. It's like lightning style. But like here's the thing. I think Kakashi would have started him out on a low-level lightning jutsu just to practice it. It's like static shock. I'm just making one up here. Like just an arc wave of like electricity. Lightning chakra. Just boom! Lion's barrage! And he finally goes into full breath stop. Don't get cocky, Uchiha. And you're no match for me. And all of a sudden Naruto comes in. You want to go again? Yeah, Naruto Uzumaki. Yeah, that's right. That's right, from what I heard, you're something special, too. The Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, is that right? And that's where Sakura and Sasuke is like, what? It's like, what, you don't know? Your friend holds the Nine-Tailed Fox. He's just like our beloved Gaara, who holds the One-Tailed Tanuki. Shikaku. And they just look, it's like, you guys, what? It's like, yeah, it's true, but that's not the point right now. I promise you, me and Gaara aren't the monsters inside of us. And we'll do whatever we can to protect you guys. And is that right? Well, then let's see if you can brush up that power again, Naruto Uzumaki! All of a sudden, though, he just poof! It's like, what? He's bound, and he's being held by crows. Like, that's enough. No more. And Tamari's there, too. She's got her fan open. This isn't the way. No, we were following orders before. This is too much. Gaara, Kankuro, Tamari, you're betraying me? You're betraying your home? No. I'm protecting no. And Kankuro goes, no. Tamari goes, we're protecting our brother. And Gaara sees that. Tamari, and he's got tears. He's like, Kankuro. He's like, let me out. Just let me out. And his sand is kind of starting to creep towards Gaara. And Gaara just holds out his hand a little bit, just like his eyes closed. It's like, that's right. Just let me out. And a little bit touches him. And it feels like, no, I'm not letting you out. Well, you think you're just going to try to use my power without my permission? Is that it? You just going to treat me like everyone else, just a tool? No, I'm not going to do that either, Shikaku. I'm asking for your help, but no, I'm not letting you out, but I'm asking for your help. I was like, what? Please, I get it. I get what it's like to be told you're something you're not. To be made a weapon when you weren't supposed to, to just wanting to live your life. I'm sorry this has happened to you. You're sorry for me? What, you think we're going to have some bonding moment and become besties? And Gaara's like, no, I don't. But I think we can come to some sort of understanding and at least have some respect for each other. Respect? What the hell? And he just sees his eye, and he's like, he's reminded of the old man who was at least a companion to him. The one of his previous, I think it was the previous Jinchuriki. It was like this old man, and they just kind of talked every once in a while. And eventually, he'd actually come to see him as kind of a friend. And he just sees it, just like the old man. It's like, I want to try to be your friend, understand you, Shikaku, even if it's just a little bit at a time. I don't want us to be enemies anymore. But I need your help to save my siblings. I can't be this guy can get past my sand, no problem. I need that extra boost from you. Please help me. And Chicago's just looking at it. I can't tell. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you seem honest, kid. Fine. One time. We're having a conversation about this later. Got it? It's like, I understand it, and thank you. God, Chicago's like, this feels weird. And all of a sudden, back. Now, Chicago's chakra, we actually don't know what that. Most of the times, the Jinchuriki cloaks look just red, like bubbling red. Which, honestly, I never liked that they all look the same. Bees looks the same. I believe it's Nyabe, the Two Tails looks the same. All their cloaks look generally the same. I never liked that. Like with Kurama, it made complete sense. It's a red fox. Demon Chakra was red. That made sense. I always liked the idea that each of them would have been unique colors. I feel like Shikaku should have been kind of like a goldish color because of the sand. And maybe, and I'm actively changing that now. That's how my headcanon's going to be. Obviously, the Two Tails would have been blue. I think, like the fiery blue. I think you could have gone more like a turquoise green for Tsunami because of the turtle and the watercolor. Son could have been like an orange. Goku's, oh god, the Five Tails, that's a tough one. That one could, because of the steam release, but it's stark white. I mean, you could have done like a whitish steam looking aura. Actually, that could have been really cool looking. Sanabi's, I think you could have done a very pale blue. Chomei's, though, that one, I think you go straight green. I think you got to go like mint green like her hair, because I think that just works. And then, what would have Gyuki's look like, I wonder? Not brown, because he's like a rusty reddish color. But he's not. I wouldn't have gone that. I wouldn't have gone black like ink. Maybe purple. I don't know. What color would you put up? I just think it would have really worked good for like color coding that they all looked different to make them all kind of unique. So a gold aura. It's kind of like when it's kind of like when Naruto taps into the base amount of Kurama's chakra, similar to Gaara's. Except I could see Gaara instead of getting the fox, that's getting the Shikaku eyes. That's enough, Shira. You claim to be loyal to the village, but yet all I keep hearing is you talking about my father, the Kazekage. What I think you really are is a loyalist to him. You don't care about the village. You just care about being the best and having giving or end to the what's the best way to put what the sentence would be? Being the best and living up to the meaning that someone gave you. I kind of relate to that a little bit. But I'm not going to let you hurt my friends. What is this? This isn't the Shikaku's. This can't be the Shikaku's chakra. You can't tap into it naturally. And I'll say here Naruto. I know you could take this guy on your own, but this is my fight. Stay. I need you to. I trust me on this. And Naruto just looks like, you got it. Kick his ass, man. So and he just rushes into Gaara's on a hand-to-hand fire. He just comes in and he's got Shikaku fists. Like I can see him totally like going like brawling style, and you get the music. Gaara's throwing hands, love it, because he has actually trained a bit hand to hand with Naruto here. It's like like he blocks it, sand comes off him. He's just starting to control the sand, going twice as fast, catch him. It's like, this is over. You've been clouded by your own hate, Shira. So let me release that. And Sand just covers his fist in one giant, kind of similar to what Kimimaro did with like the one giant punch. Shira and Sand, and it's like, Sand demolition fist. And just wraps him up and just boom. And just kind of like knocks him, puts him in the tree. And even with all his fifth gate power and all that, he's no match for him at this point. Well, fifth gate power, his breathing release, which is fifth gate level as far as we know. And he's like, well, it's like that was awesome. And Sasuke's like, that power, unbelievable. Gaara, you rule. And so obviously they get back to us. The Sand, Temari and Kankuro take him back tomorrow, and Gaara's looking at him. And he's like, Gaara, I know. Just go. I'm sure at some point we'll be able to see each other again, but right now you can't stay here. Your sand forces it's clear the sand and the sound are being pushed back as we speak. You don't want to be captured. Just go back. We'll meet again, brother, sister. And surprising Kankuro, Kankuro's like, looks as like, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to know you, brother. And it's like, It's me too. And Tamari actually just, it's like, my little baby brother, I'm sorry. It's like, it's all right. And so they head off. Shira there. It's like, damn it all. It's like, I lost again. Why? And both Conqueror and Tamari just tell him, like, shut up. It's like, you lost because you're an ass, and Dad's an ass, and that's what happens. You know, we didn't have to be enemies, but you guys chose to make them enemies. There's more to life than just war. It's like, damn it. And he passes out. And so we would catch up at the end with the third dying but taking Orochimaru's arms, and all's well that ends well, except the aftermath. Now, after they wait till after the funeral for this, and their Sasuke and Sakura do finally confront them with Kakashi at one point. So everyone, how's it going? It's like, something I missed during the invasion. Kakashi, did you know? It's like, did I know that Naruto and Gaara can hold tail beasts inside them? And Kakashi goes, oh, something bad happened. Yes, I do. In fact, most of the Jonin and upper ninja of the village know, but it was decreed by the third not for it to be revealed. Yeah, well, not to be spoken about. It was an attempt to give Naruto an easier life, which Naruto kind of scoffs like, yeah, a lot freaking good that did. Yeah, well, yeah, apparently Danzo, we don't know who, well, they don't know it was Danzo, I don't think, but we know Danzo did it, we just don't know if they know he did it. So anyway, and they explain it. So so Kakashi basically says like, yeah, sorry, we apologize for that, Naruto, and yes, we knew pretty early on that Gaara held the Shikaku, but we never held it against them and the question now becomes, do you see them any differently? And Sasuke and Sakura just, looks at us like, and she just kind of bows her head, huh? I'm sorry, Naruto and Gaara. I'm sorry I wasn't a better friend to you, particularly you, Naruto. If I known this is what you had gone through, I would have maybe treated you nicer in the academy. It's fine, Sakura. Look, if I'm going to be honest, I was kind of annoying. I get it. It's nowhere. But still, I could have been more open to you. I know what it's like to be an outcast, but because she was a bit of an outcast for a little bit with the other girls, then came along. But not on that level. As for Sasuke, he's angry that these guys are as strong as they are now, but he is actually kind of like puts on the brakes like, look, I'm not going to lie. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off I lost. I'm pissed off I lost to a guy that Naruto then beat. And then that Gaara beat. And beat. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off that but I'm also pissed off my friends had to go through that too. So yeah, we're good. It's like, I don't hold it against you. I'm not going to judge that against you. If anything, it makes me want to fight you guys even more. Now, I will say that, even though he is pissed off, and he was about to get his ass kicked by Shira again, he, knowing that they have this extra power in them, just wants him to push himself harder so as he can catch up. And he now has these insurmountable walls he has to climb. He's both excited and pissed off simultaneously. So great, wonderful. Let's see here. I had intended to go a little further, but at 23 minutes, I will say this. Actually, we'll catch up. We'll do this. I do think Jiraiya does take Gaara with him on the train trip because it's two Jinchurikis that he can try to give a lesson to. So he takes them along. It's like, you sure about this? Yeah, no worries. Don't worry about it. So I'll teach you both something really cool. It's like, fine. Unfortunately, they both get left to their own devices. Now, unfortunately, Sasuke, he doesn't have the Chidori yet, so when he shows up to try to take on Itachi, because he would still, he is not going to be able to do that and still gets his ass kicked. More to the point, though, Gaara and Naruto are like, what the hell are these guys? And they're scared. Even Gaara's like, Naruto tries to bring up the Fox's chakra. By the way, we see him do that one time. We went against Kisame. Now, I've heard people say, particularly one or two specific people say that Naruto can only do that because his chakra was out. Was his chakra out at that point? Just because he made a lot of clones, but compared to the amount we know he can make, I don't think he was out of chakra. I don't. I think it was more that the Fox knew, these guys are problems. I need to give him chakra. Which then begged the question, even though, he took some chakra, why couldn't he just reaccess the chakra? It's not like Samahata cuts you off from your chakra. It just eats chakra. So I'm not exactly sure why the fox couldn't just pump him back up with some chakra. At that, I don't know. Again, someone I'm sure will probably explain. Again, the question I'm asking is, it's clear no, Naruto should have still had chakra. So that kind of negates a little bit of the argument that he needed to be completely on empty to access the chakra. But regardless, he accesses the fox's chakra, Kasame eats it with Samahata, and then he's not able to reaccess it again. So the question is, why was he unable to do that? I think because the fox, if he's doing self-preservation, should be giving him more freaking chakra at that point. But anyway, not only does that happen, but Gaara's Sand Shield would just get, because remember, Gaara's Sand Shield has his chakra infused in it. That's why, along with the spirit of his mother, that's why it reacts the way it does, because there's chakra in the sand. Samahata would eat that chakra. It's not even elemental chakra. It's just chakra, at least as far as I know. It's not magnet release. He can use it to harden his sand, but that's not magnet release at work. And even so, I think Samahata can't eat elemental chakra. I do believe it can't do that. But it still should be able to eat the chakra that's infused in the sand, as long as it's not magnet release. Because that magnet release, I believe, is, earth and lightning chakra, I think? Or earth and wind. One of the two. I mean, what makes sense is lightning, because magnetism and electricity have a related focal point. Or not focal point, but are related. They're not the same thing, relax. Unless you're talking about electromagnetism, in which case that is a bit of the same thing. Just with more science in it. But anyway, again, I want to say it's lightning and earth, but it might be wind and earth. In which case, I'm not sure what lightning and earth is in terms of a Kekkei Genkai. Anyway, though. So yeah, that's more than what happened. Jiraiya still shows up, and then honestly, he would start training them with their Rasengan. Although, and I think Gaara's chakra control is still better than Naruto's, but Naruto I think actually is able to get it with one hand because he does have better chakra control here. I think though by the time we get to him and Gaara and Jiraiya finding Tsunade, Naruto is stuck at two hands for trying to pop it because of the balloon or the ball and trying to keep it contained. Gaara, I think, is also at the two-hand stage, but more because he's also focused on talking with Shikaku, having conversations with him, and just getting to know him a little bit better, and trying to understand him a bit more. And Shikaku's not going to be buddy-buddy with Gaara in just 1 month, because I think it took about a month for them to find Tsunade, or however amount of time it was. But he is going to be a bit more receptive to Gaara. Gaara kind of laughs and makes a joke, and at one point he's like, yeah, we're just a couple of weapons, I guess, aren't we? It's like, I'm not a weapon. Well, neither am I. And you're right. I don't think you're a weapon. I think you're just a being who tried and who got mistreated. I'm sorry for that. I really am. Apart from letting you loose on the village, is there anything I can do and hurting people? Is there anything I can do to try to make amends or just make it easier for you in here? And Shikaku's like, maybe get rid of these bars or something like that. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that. They're part of the seal. But maybe I can ask Lord Jiraiya and say, hey, Jiraiya, and Master Jiraiya, what is it? What is it, Gaara? I'm not helping you. I'm telling you, I'm not giving you any tips with the thing. It's not that. I was wondering, is it possible to alter the seal so Shikaku could be more comfortable in there? Huh? I mean, anything's possible with seals, but I never actually had that kind of request. I mean, I guess technically it's possible, but then again, it's your mindscape, kid. The seal it takes the form it does just because of the mindscape it's in. In theory, you could alter, because that's something in fanfics I've liked a lot, where the idea is the seal only takes the form it does, and Naruto's mind only takes the form it does because that's the way Naruto kind of interprets it. Like Naruto, in theory, it's his mind could alter it with enough practice. I would imagine Gaara could maybe do that too. And so Gaara, just like, all right, I'm going to try something. He just uses the sand. And the bars slowly start to turn to sand. Huh? And instead, the seal's still there, and Shikaku can still see the seal. But instead, it's a bit more open, a bit more roomy. There's even like a big bed or something like that, or whatever the equivalent of bed would be for Shikaku. It's like, I'll be honest, this isn't bad, kid. And instead, it kind of takes the form of just the seal just kind of places itself on Shikaku. Yeah, I guess there was no getting around that. All right, kid, this isn't bad. All right, I see you. I guess then I'll have to just be. I guess, and then kind of does the whole. What I always like is there's a colored circle in your mind. Touch the circle, and you can access the chakra. All right, kid. You can access my chakra in dire need, but only a portion of it. All right. We're not on full Bijou mode here yet. All right. It's like, thank you, Shikaku. I hope maybe at one point we can really be friends. And he kind of actually gives a lot. He actually tries to give his version of the Naruto smile, just like, and just, not like the big but more like a light say, and Shikaku's like, friends, huh? Well, I suppose I could do worse. Still, this bed's not bad. And so, what the thing Gaara's been working on is actually tapping into Shikaku's power a bit more. Yeah, him and Naruto at the second save, but honestly, because of Gaara's chakra control, and Gaara has good chakra control, it's very likely he could have completed the Rasengan before Naruto. But because he spent more time working with Shikaku than Rasengan, they're about even. Although, Gaara can do it one-handed because Gaara has his sand. In theory, he can use his sand like a hand to bind the chakra there because there's a chakra in his sand. So he actually has a very easy way of one-handing it if he really needs to. So that's a fun little route for Gaara. Mind you, Gaara is not a melee fighter. He can go melee a little bit if he needs to, thanks to training with Naruto and having some Shikaku in there, but he's not a melee fighter. But because of his sand, and again, that fact there's chakra infused in the sand, there's some fun stuff we can do with Gaara having a Rasengan. But until then, they walk up to a tavern. They see Tsunade and Shizune there. Let's have some fun next time, shall we? Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.